I'm just setting up. Guess what? It's raining. It's not meant to be though. It's meant to be really nice with a bit of sunshine. Right, as you can see, I'm back out at a low water venue. The other day I came out and used the dongle rigs for the first time for you guys on camera, and I blanked on a dongle. I got a lovely little form back ray on my loop rig. So I'm back to get some revenge on maybe a Smooth-Hound or a bass. It's raining, believe it or not, which is, you know, pretty standard for the Shore Hunter YouTube channel, but it was meant to be really nice. I'm not sure if you can see out in the water. We are 2.5 hours before low and it's absolutely ripping through, to be honest. Really, really ripping through. So on the back tide, which is the ebb tide now, I'm not really going to be able to cast too far. I'm not sure if you can see, it's ripping from right to left. What I'm going to do is bring you forward. I don't know why I'm doing that, because I've got to come and get you. But I'm going to bring you forward. I'll show you the tide rip. I've got some peeler crab, I've got some squid, we've got some dongles. Let's get some bait in the water. Hopefully I can get us a form back ray on the squid, maybe a bass, or if we're very lucky, a Bristol Channel Smooth-Hound, which will be the first for me, and I've not really heard of many up this way. So it's kind of, you know, trial and error. I'll keep coming out and eventually I might get one, I might get two, but it's still very early. Welcome back everyone. My name's Wayne and this is the beautiful Bristol Channel. So the Smooth-Hounds you normally catch up here are over £10. Although the last couple of years we've had some littler ones, which is not that great for the fishing. I like the big ones, but it's great that smaller ones have ventured all the way up. Hopefully it means we can catch a few more. But yeah, so I've got my competition blackouts paired up with my casting specials. £25 ultra cast with an 80 to £26 tapered Xenon Tronics Pro leader. Rig wise, as I mentioned, I'm going to be fishing with the dongle again. I want to get us a fish on the dongle. I've used the dongle before, but not for you guys. Here we go. I've got baits here from Saturday. I'm going to freshen them up. Simple stuff. Got some fresh peelers. Bait elastic. Squid. Yeah. Got some nice peelers here. That tide is ripping everyone. Let's see if there's a Smooth-Hound, shall we? We've got a chance for a fawny, a bass. God, that's a nice crab. See if we can get us a run, yeah? A Smooth-Hound run. Froze my bait elastic. Sometimes when you freeze it, it goes a little soft, eh? Very peaceful. Yet again, I'm the only one out fishing. It is a Monday, but you know, normally you see people out here. Right. Get a towel. You know I don't like getting wet hands, dirty hands when I'm fishing, believe it or not. There we go. Right, here we go. What I'm going to do is quickly show you my rig. I think you've seen it before. There's my dongle. Got my 6-ounce gripper on my dongle rig. Bloody hell, I can't see the 7 bridges anymore. It looks like it's going to rain a lot. I've got my jacket. I've not bought my salopats, so I might get wet legs, but I'm only out here about 4 hours, so it's not too bad. But let's get her on the water. Let's do some fishing. Wish me luck, everyone. Wish me luck. As I mentioned at the start, if I cast too far, I'm going to be in a whole world of pain. This is just wash round and I'll lose the whole lot. So what I'm going to do is cast up there towards that massive tree that's floating by. For some reason, there's loads of shit in the water, which is a bit of a pain. Tonight I'm hoping to go to a high water mark, but let's just see how this goes. Ooh. Sometimes I like to underarm a cast here because that tide's coming straight towards me and the fish get pushed against what I'm stood on, which is a natural feature, which we've done before. Most of the time in the Bristol Channel, you don't need to be casting more than 30, 40 yards. What you're stood on is a natural feature and all the fish, hopefully, are getting pushed towards it. So what I'm going to do now is walk out. Whoa, steady Eddie. Wow, they stacked it then. There you go. That might be too far. That might be okay. I've got to let a little bit of line out. I'm probably only fishing in 3 foot water. But yeah, it might hold, it might not. Do you see that? It's just a little flick. Nothing fancy. Don't be coming to the Bristol Channel and banging it. Well, you can. Look at that tree going by out there. It's insane. Ooh. All right, let's get the second one in. Ooh. Uh-oh, I'm in a compromising position here. Ooh. I'm doing all right here. I have been here before, by the way. It's slippery as hell. It's because we've got a little bit of rain. It's made everything wet, which is a pain in the ass. Anyway, you can see how deep these ridges are, all these ravines. Some of them are over 5 foot, so it's a bit of a pain. So what I'm going to do now is try and get one in that tide rip. This could backfire, but who knows? That's going to backfire. It's just on the edge. See if it washes round. Might be alright. Well, there we are. We're on 2. As you've seen, I've cast that there. My lines are pulled round in that tide. Any fish getting pushed from the top of the channel around this sandbank out here. Oh, there's a fish already. Good start. It's a bass. That could be a bass straight away. Ooh. Oh, yeah, something's just smashed me out. Don't worry, I've got the dongle, so remember. Just got to wind. Yeah, and we're in. Yeah, buddy. This could be a hound. It's going against the tide. I think I've got a hound, everyone. I've literally got a hound. I've hooked the hound. It's going against the tide. So just come off. Oh, it's come off. Oh my God, that was a Smooth-Hound. Oh. Why did it come off? What the fuck? Man, I don't know what I've done wrong then. Felt like a hound, but the trouble is, it could be a conger eel. The downside of using a dongle is you don't hook conger eels because they pick up the bait and they just swim. They don't actually sit there and eat it. I pointed, I tightened up and I leant into it. I can't really, in that tide, those fish should be hooked. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm super pleased to be taking you on my dongle journey. I have used a dongle before, a couple of years ago, but I only used it for a couple of sessions because I missed a few bites. I know I've missed a bite, but it's all right. I didn't get any bites the other day. Maybe it's a conger eel. I don't know. It felt like a hound. It was going against the tide as well, which is a great sign for a big fish. It started pulling that way. As you can see, I've got a bit of tide now. I've not had a fish, it's all right. I like the tide when it's coming the other way, the flood tide. But as you can tell, I've put it a little bit further now. I've let a big boa line out, so I've cast right out there, right in that tide rip. And as you can see, I've let a boa line out, so I'm up tiding off of the shore. Look at that. Got nice smaller baits, just in case my baits are a little bit too big. Put a couple of turns in my dongle hair. That doesn't matter that the little loop's hanging out the bottom. I've elasticated my bait to the bottom of the hook. It's perfect. Because I missed a bite, I've been worried, but I'm sure on the flood, I'll get us into a fish. As soon as I hook my first fish for you on a dongle, I can relax and then hopefully I can push on. If not, I'm going to switch it back and continue using my pulley panels. Remember, I cast out, I didn't let any bows in the line or any spare line out because I had no tide pool, and it just turned now. Hopefully the fish come round the corner. As you can see opposite, we've got a nice sandbar and one over there. So the fish should get channeled. Well, I know they do because I've been fishing here for years. Get channeled around, especially when the sharks are in town. The gummy sharks. But look, we're fishing. I'm quite excited. Got some nice baits. Got some lovely dongle rigs out there. No, it'll be all right. They'll come good. Yeah. Like anything when you try something new. There's probably people at home, you guys, thinking, why are you changing it? Your pulleys work a treat and you don't miss any fish. Well, you know, I may be trying to prove a point to myself. There's a reason that I'm 2 years behind or 3 years behind on the dongle, because I tried it when it first came out and I missed a couple of fish. I lost my confidence with it and dropped back to my pulleys, and I've been very successful, as you know. But this is it. I'm trying it for you. We're doing something together. It might be me. I don't think it is though. Well, welcome back. As you can see, the tide's flooding in now. I've just redone that one. Popped that probably 40 yards out, but right out there, just so I got a nice boa line to keep it now to the bottom, maybe for a bass. And this one, I've topped up with crab, and I'm going to put it a little bit further. The same as before, we've got to risk the biscuit to hopefully get it in that tide run, but not right in that tide run. As you can probably see, there's lots of debris coming through again. The tides are building, so they're picking up all the seaweed and the shit that's been on the shoreline with these small tides. But there you go, look at that, that's my dongle. a nice compact bait right behind that circle hook on a perfection loop, just the way you should make them. So I'm up tiding now, off of the shore, like you would on a boat. So I'm going to cast right at that, and then I'm going to let some line out. There you go. Up there, right in that tide, and then I'm going to let some line out. Hopefully I don't need to let too much out. There's quite a lot of weed in the water. And there you go, look at that fresh bait. What a beauty. Oh. Oh. Got to be a fish. Look at that tide rip. It's smashing through. I'll wash my hands, got crab all over. Ugh. So what I'm going to do is put this one a little bit further. Risk it for a biscuit and all that. Got some weed then. That's a nice bait, Wayno. Got to be a bass or a hound out there, surely. They can't be ignoring my baits. Well, they can. So what I've done with this one, I've cut it in half, either side of the hair rig on the dongle. So it's perfectly counterbalanced and in the middle. Oh, it's a nice bait. I've elasticated it to the hook as well. So if I get a take, I've got to hook the fish surely. So what I'm going to do now is show you the tide. Look at that. It's pretty epic, eh? That's what the fish are in. Fish in tide, tide in fish. Anyway, I'll keep fishing. I'll keep trying. As you can see, that tide is ripping through. I've got weed on both, but it seems to be holding fine. But I just want to hopefully get this weed off. There you go. Sometimes you can be lucky like that. But that tide is absolutely barfing through. Come on, fishies. Come on, fishies. Fishy fishies. Come on. You hear that tide? Beauty, eh? Right, anyway, I'll keep fishing. I'm going to keep fishing for about another hour, hour and a half. And if I get any action, I'll bring you straight back. Look at those two. I've got the left one 30 yards out, just up there. And I've got the right one right out in that tide. I've actually cast right at there. And I've let a bow a line probably 50, 60 yards and it's go right round just to hold me in that tide. That is what you call up tiding from the beach. If I get a bite on there, I don't need to strike, as you know, not only because I'm using a dongle. I've got so much line out, I just have to wind like you do on a boat when you're up tiding. And when you feel the weight, you just lean into it a bit. I'm not doing too well at showing you how to do this yet because I'm not getting any fish, but I'll get one soon. So I've moved the tripod, and as you can see, this one that's right out is now facing this way. So if I get a fish, it's just going to pull down. The last thing you want is your rod's out like that and a fish to pull, or the tide just rip your rod off of the rest. So that's why I've moved my rest around. As you can see, the left one's fine. Is that there, and my right one is down there. The bait, believe it or not, is still up here. It's not broken out, it's just in the tide. If it broke out, it just does this until it gets snagged. But look, I'm gonna fish for about another 10 minutes, quarter of an hour. And that'll pretty much do me. Right, as you can see, the water's flooding right in now. This one is up there, but I've got so much line out. I'm just going to get out of here before it's too much to fish. Just had a bit of a pull down on this, but I think it might just be weed. And this might be right down tight. There we go. Off for the weed. The weed's just come off. Can't have a fish on it. This is right in the tide. There you go. Oh, come on. It's right down tight. That noise. There we go. Got it up. And there we are. That was right down tight. That's where I need strong kit, yeah? Oh man, shit. Let's go somewhere else. Anyway, as you know, my name's Wayne. The hunt to continue. The hunt will continue to catch a fish on a dongle. For now, I'm blanking. It's 2 sessions. I've only had 1 bite though, so it's not really a test yet. I'm gonna go somewhere else. Obviously you won't see that now. I'm gonna go to a high water mark and try and get us into a fish on the dongle. See you later everyone. Thanks for joining me. Sorry it was shit. I'll see you somewhere else very soon.